What's up guys, welcome back and welcome to some Automobilista 2. Now look at this thing, look at the size of the tyres on this. This is the Lotus 72E. It's got about 480 brake horsepower, but what we're going to do today guys, I'm going to drive this in Assetto Corsa back to back. Now I was going to do this against EMS1 versus EMS2 in these cars, but for some reason when I've went to start EMS1 the files were corrupted, so I'm going to have to totally uninstall that and reinstall it. But I thought we'd use the old cars to compare them, because the older cars have got no driving aids at all, so you can really get a sense of the physics, and I do really enjoy driving these cars. And with the latest update, I think it's 1.556, I haven't drove this car yet, but look at the detail, man. There's just so much. Look at that, what a shot that is. That would be a good screenshot, that, wouldn't it? But yeah guys, I haven't drove Assetto Corsa for ages neither, but I think we'll drive the MS2 first. We'll take it to Kyle Army, the classic version of Kyle Army. We'll do about 8 or 10 laps. That should give a good ratio back to back. So put your sim belts on guys, we're going to South Africa. Right then, here we go in the Lotus 72, give it a rev. Saucy. Right then, flick into the first gear. Right then, so this is the Lotus. Now, out of all of these Formula Repos, what I remember, this Lotus had the most understeer. Already so much track surface detail. The track just feels alive. Right on the brakes, nice and early. Oh, listen to that when you blip the throttle.
One on the left.
Turn in. Steering feels like it's got quite a slow ratio, but nice. The eyes, whoa, went wide. Ah, bloody hell's bells. Right, not a good start. Right then. Right, we need to get some heat into these tyres. Lift out of it into fourth. Not a bad start really, considering bit the throttle into third. Really leaning on the front end of the car there though. Just like I say, so much minute little feelings that come through the force feedback. It's going to be interesting to see how these actually drive back to back, you know. Great traction as well when I come back on the power. Bring it down in a second. I really lean on these tyres at this circuit as well. These guys were really brave. Oh, lovely bit of rotation from the car there, right on the brakes. The power, but it is going to be feed the power in lovely. It's going to be so interesting to go back to Assetto Corsa back to back with this, and I haven't drove Assetto Corsa for ages. We're driving at the same track as well. We've got a nice one on there. Who is it? The Palier. We've actually got a real skin mod on here as well. Let's get tucked in the slipstream. About 180 miles an hour. Can we get last of the late breakers on the go? Nice and late on the brakes. That was a little bit early on the brakes actually. Right, we want to probably try second gear, but this car, it does feel like it's got quite a bit of understeer in it, like compared to the Brabham. Look at that, lift out of it, turn in. You can see there the car's starting to push out wide quite a bit, but this has always been the case of this thing. It's always had the most understeer. Like really flying the one way. Get that throttle down to third. Can we leave it in third here? You can see it's overwhelming the tyres there. It just peeled off the throttle at the right time. Right, and caught on the brakes. Bring it down to second. But Assetto Corsa, like I say, that's going to be, I'm probably going to be all over the place in that, because this is quite a bit easier to drive consistently. Assetto Corsa will really bite you in the butt if you're too aggressive coming back on the power in that. You will actually use it. Right, see if we can get a nice run on the straight here. Right, turn in, feed the power in. Oh, look on the power, beautifully there though. Right, too wide. Bring it out. That Lotus engine as well, it's got that naturally aspirated V8 that started life in the Lotus 49. What I love about the MS2 is just all these classic races you can actually set up. You can recreate. Oh, look at this man, so immersive as well. This is a skin mod. Right, let's get on the brakes. Really late. Get that throttle. Still there. The EI were actually quite late on the brakes as well though. Listen to the pops and cracks on the overrun. Beautiful. Just so enjoyable, so much to drive this like straight away. I haven't had any practice. I've just jumped in this and I just feel like I've got a great connection to the car straight away. Doing a bit more heat in the tyres, I'm going to have to lift out of it. Oh, look at that though. Come back around the outside of it, the Palier. Nice racing from the Palier there. I've only got the aggression on medium as well. But what I do think it's going to show off more than anything else, putting them back to back like this, it's going to show how good the EI actually is in this. I feel. Right, turned in quite late there, lovely stuff. Right, feed the power in. Feel it. Can we get up the inside maybe?
Far left.
Oh, It's better being safe than sorry there, right? Feed the power in, lovely run there, look at that. Great traction though with them huge rear tyres. It's got great traction, left side, wheel racing down the straight. Throw the car in, lovely. Getting that slipstream, that'll help the keep. We'll have to take the right hand line though out, but it might be 3 wide. We're pretty much 3 wide, going into turn 1. Come on, right. On the brakes, really late. Where's the Palier? He's somewhere, I don't know where he is though. Just follow a line, half length back. He should just sort in. There he is. Look at this though, it's just so immersive with these real drivers as well. Right on the power there, really lean on the front end of the car, lift out of it. Back on the power. Oh, he's all over. I feel like it's Jackie Hicks, but I feel like he's slowing it down a bit. Bit of that fault, can we get around the outside, leave room on the inside. There's someone on the right side still, I think. Clear, he says. Oh, we've done them. Nice. Bit of the throttle into second. Oh, nice. Not bad though, eh? Not a bad start. EI locked up there as well. On the brakes, turn in. Oh, lost the rear of the car there. Big time. Right, lift out it. We're there. You can see the understeer, can't you? Right, back on the brakes. Flip at the back in a second. Where were we? Right, I'll have a look in a second. So we're chasing York and Mass. I think it's York and Mass. I could be wrong there though. But we're in 8th position. We're pulling away from the Palier a little bit. Let's try and get in that slipstream. See if we can make a couple more places up. But look at the names, guys. I will leave the link for this mod. But the problem is with this mod is it's got all the drivers, but it hasn't got James Hunt's not in the pack for some reason. So the actual, I think, was he champion in 75 or 76? But James Hunt was one of the main big drivers back then, and he's just not in, which I was quite bemused by. Oh, went in there way too hot. You could see he's overloaded the front tyres there, couldn't you? Right, back on the power nicely. The Palier's Corgo a little bit. Right, hard on the brakes. Let's try leaving it in 3rd. Oh, he's really close on me. He's really on me here. Oh, great connection I've got to the car. Get that throttle down to 2nd. Get it turned in, feed the power in, feed it. Oh, tiny little wiggle from the rear when we come back on the power. Just leave it in 2nd. Oh, look at that though, I'm really loading that them front tyres up when we're going through that little pit path. Into 3rd. Down back into 2nd. They turn in, feed the power in. Flat on the power, pretty aggressive come back on the power there actually. Really aggressive. Into 3rd. We're not pulling away as much as I thought we would once we got ahead actually. Great, just a great seating position as well. I feel like I'm nice and low in the car. I feel like I've got a nice feel of the balance. 10,000 RPM into 5th. Let's get really late on the brakes. After the green marker. Whoa, that was pretty late. Maybe it could have went a bit later actually.
He's 2 lengths back.
Right, nice tight line. Feed the power in. Put lap 1, lap 6. After this, I think we'll have a couple of quiet ones and get a good listen to how the engine actually sounds. I don't know what, because I do know Assetto Corsa's got really good sounds. But this has as well though, there's a lot of little character noises in the engine. Like them pops and cracks. Just what Reach has managed to do with this title, with this Madness engine, it's bloody magic really, like, because when I first found out that they were using the Madness engine, I was like, oh, I was like most of you, like, I was thinking that's a mistake. I thought, what are they doing? Because MS1 was just so good, like the R-Factor engine, I don't know why you would want to change that in a sense. I thought they would like used R-Factor 2's engine, but they obviously seen something in this and thought, oh, we can wiggle the magic and make it feel right. But it's took some time to get it to feel like this, but what is clever as well is what they've done is they've managed to, like, there's so many different car types. You know, like, sometimes that's a big mistake when there's so many different car types. It's hard to get them feeling good. Like, it's like being a jack of all trades, master of none. Where Reacher's pretty on it, like, they've done a great job in that sense. We'll do one more lap, then we'll do a couple of quiet ones. I think, wow, really pushing it there. Like, look at this, so flat, went pretty much flat through there. But it's pretty great what they've managed to do. Oh, I really feel the car moving about underneath us though. All the tracks as well, they've got so much more life in them, like the bumps and that. For me, that's my favourite part of the force feedback. I like to feel them little minute forces, to feel like you've got an actual connection with the car. Whoa, lost the rear a little bit going into there though. Lovely stuff. just a very short track this though, revving it out. Right, turning, whoa, bloody hell. She's a fighter. Getting a bit too brave there. A little bit too brave there, but we are pulling away from the Palier now into fourth. Try and get that slipstream. Right guys, let's have a couple of quiet ones and listen to this lovely V8. Let's give this thing some welly.
Length behind. 2 lengths behind. Lengths back.
Another place though, into 7th. They look like having a great battle in front onto the final lap. Bit that throttle, bit down to 2nd. Nice early, try and get an early apex. Oh, a little bit too early I feel, right back on the power. Great traction from the rear though. You really can feel that you've got massive tyres at the rear. It's the front end though, but there's quite a bit of understeer, but that sort of makes sense with how small the front tyres are compared to the rears, doesn't it, you know? But wow, this just feels absolutely brilliant. Like, if you say this is rubbish or whatever, like, you're just a hater in my eyes. Like, I really do think that, because it feels great fun to drive, you know. It doesn't have to be the most realistic. Let's see how it is going to be to Assetto Corsa, you know. But oh, I made a big mistake there, but I haven't drove Assetto Corsa for ages, so I feel like I'm going to be faster than this. Make a note of what lap times we're doing here as well. Oh, big stutter there. Wow, that wasn't my fault. Computer had a major hiccup there. Bloody hell. Right, into 4th. That's just a quick 10 laps at Kyle Army in Automobilista 2. Woohoo! So before we move on to Assetto Corsa, let's just quickly have a look at the replay. But on these cars, for me, these 1970s F1 cars look absolutely brilliant. They look mean, don't they? They look scary to drive as well, and they're so dangerous. Like, I see this a lot with these older cars, but if you crash at speed, you are sitting on a bomb. This thing will go boom. You'll be in bits, you know. Like, they're so dangerous. Like, actually dying in these races was quite the norm. Like, you hear Jackie Stewart on about it a lot, saying that he was always going to different funerals all the time. You know, it's just so dangerous. But what a car, guys. Like, it's better than I remember. It does. Every update just feels better and better and better. But like I say, there's quite a bit of understeer. But maybe you can dial that out, but I just, for all of these videos, I just use the default setup. I might change mainly just the fuel, I might do a couple of notches on the wing, but maybe if you lower the car a bit more, put a bit more weight on the front end. I don't know I'm not sure how you dial out understeer. It's not my forte, but look at this onto Pally here. We're going to slide it up the inside, get last of the late breakers on the go. Woohoo! Ooh, we had a look, but we didn't make it move. But yeah guys, absolutely great stuff. If you're enjoying the video, drop a like, but the graphics as well on EMS2, it just runs so well, doesn't it? It does, it runs so good. But oh, you can see the car really sliding when we go through there. If you go back and watch these cars back in the day, they did used to slide like that. That looked very realistic. They just feel believable to me on here. You know, they feel very believable. And some people say that this is, oh, it's not realistic, it's too easy to drive. That's nonsense, because tyres in real life, actually, you'll be surprised at how much leeway you get. You can really lean on them, you know, you can push tyres. Like, it's hard to explain, but to me, like, the fact that it's not super, like, every time you look at the power, you don't spin the car, you know. It's just fun to be consistent. That's what I think this is, the power in the MS2 is. And the fact that you can just recreate all these classic races from all the different F1 eras, it's just brilliant. All you got to do is stick a skin mod in and you're gone. But yeah guys, let's move on to Assetto Corsa now and see what that's like. So on to Assetto Corsa now guys, let's just have a quick look at what we're going to be driving in the showroom. I do like the tyre rating on this as well, but for me, the detail, it doesn't look as good. There's not as much detail there, but this, look at this. This is 10 years old, you know. But when you go back and look at them both back to back, you can really tell that there's not as much like detail there, is there? You know. But what I do like about the showroom in Assetto Corsa, you have got a lot more control in the cars. Like if a car's got doors and stuff like that, you can open them, really check out like the detail. But yeah, we're going to take it to the same track. But what a great looking car, isn't it? The tyres don't look as big, I don't think, neither, maybe. Maybe not. Drop in the, what do you think? Drop it in the comments. But yeah guys, put them seatbelts back on. We're going back to South Africa. Right then guys, here we go. I'm actually a little bit nervous here. Whoa, this engine sounds fruity, doesn't it? Whoa. Right then, what's this going to be like? I don't know. Right then, into first gear, away we go. I feel like I'm sitting. Oh, I've got no clutch. Oh, never. Anyway, doesn't matter. I've done the same as the EI, haven't I? But away we go. But it's going to be interesting, as I know I use that word a lot, interesting, but it is going to be interesting to see how the EI, I feel EMS2 is going to really shine. Wow, big. I'm going to have to turn the force feedback down. I've only got it on 60%. Oh, feels like there's a little bit more detail, if I'm honest though. But straight away, weight transfer, I feel like I had better weight transfer in the MS2. Like, remember, this is just my opinion. You know, this is not like, this is just what I feel and what I'm feeling at this moment in time. But like there, I feel like I'm used to the front end of the car loading up in the force feedback a lot more. Yeah, I'm not sort of getting that there, I don't feel. Yeah, I've just got a lot less trust in the car. I don't know, that's just how I feel, but this does feel brilliant as well, guys. Let that throttle. And engine sounds, we'll get drive a bit more to actually say that, but first thoughts, I feel like this has got like a more robotic noise to it, hasn't it? It's where I feel, I don't know, I feel on the MS2 it had more of a meaty sound. There was a lot more character with the pops and cracks and that. I'm trying to, but it still feels really good fun though to drive. But great surface detail, I will say that. That's one thing it has really gotten so far. The EI, I'm actually quite impressed with them. It's very track dependent though, the way the EI is on EMS2, you know, it's all to do with, this is a mod, this track as well, but revving it out in fifth, can we get up the inside? I don't know whether there's someone there. Right, let's get on the brakes really late. Grip that throttle, whoa, wow, feel good though, like I'm enjoying it. Right, the car feels like there's a little bit less understeer in this car. A little bit less, but there's quite a bit of understeer when I go in really fast. What a, wow, I can feel the tyres coming up the temperature a little bit now as well. But you know, like whoa, I went in there too hot though. It will punish you though. If you make mistakes, you can make more mistakes and get away with it in the MS2, I feel. Right, turn in. Right, feed the power in, feed it, now I'm flat. But what it does do though, I feel like I can put the power down much better. Like there's way less slip at the rear. And I've got the track on green, it's not like full optimum, it's not fully like, the grip's not maxed out. Whoa! And another thing what I've noticed as well is, the car's a lot more reactive when you're lifting off the throttle, I feel. There's a lot more lift off oversteer. Like when you're going into them fast corners, you can adjust the car more on the throttle, maybe. We'll see when we get into them fast right-handers, but I feel like I've overheated the tyres a little bit on that left rear though. But I'm having a ball. The gearing feels pretty similar as well. Like, let's brake really late. But the EI is what I'm really impressed with here. Like I haven't drove Assetto Corsa, whoa, late, that's what I mean, that lift off. The car's very reactive to lift off oversteer. Like here, watch, lift off. Well, there wasn't as much there, but wow. You can see why Assetto Corsa is so popular though. You know, it's just still, all them years later, like it's still such a great title, you know, with all them mods you've got for it. EMS2 is starting to get some good mods now though, but I haven't tried any of them, because I just feel like, whoa, most of them are Project Cars mods, aren't they, right? Flat on the power, so much traction though at the rear. That's the biggest difference I've got. Where that used to be a problem on EMS2, where your traction coming out the corners, the car used to snap oversteer on you, where it doesn't do that no more, but you can't feel it, it's a lot less loose on this. Like watch, I can come out and flatten the power there. No finesse at all, I just flattened the power. Them huge rear tyres have just give us grip. But I can't keep up. You can tell I haven't drove this for so long though. I just feel way out of my comfort zone in a sense. I just feel like I feel like a novice again. But it does feel a little bit harder to drive on that absolute limit maybe. But let's put a flyer in. Right, on the brakes. I've got the EI on 97% as well. Right, well there you can see that lift off oversteer feels lovely actually. But I do feel like I've got a better sense of weight transfer though on the EMS2. Oh, a little bit of understeer there. Can't really catch them, that's the problem. Whoa, the wheels just dancing about all over in my hand though. It feels brilliant actually. Right, but that throttle can we turn in, lift off the power. Oh, that feels really nice though. The feel, you know what, they feel pretty similar in a lot of ways. Like there's not as much difference there as what you'd actually think. Like they're flat on the power there, like there's just no, I'm overheating them tyres though. That could be a big mistake, I'm gonna have to calm down. Thing is though, I'm overheating the tyres, but what else am I meant to do to keep up? I've got to push this hard to try and keep up. Short shift into third maybe. Like brakes, on the brakes, oh lovely. I love the way the car just pitches in though. When you're coming off the throttle, that feels better mine. When you're lifting off the throttle, I've got way more control in the car. Like it's very adjustable. Into fourth, like really revving it out. Into fifth, really revving it out. Sorry guys, I'll edit that out. Like wow, I lost the plot a little bit there. Somebody came in the room, like blip it bound to fifth, into second. Wow, I went way too deep. Nice, you can see that rotation though when I'm coming off the brakes. That's the biggest difference I can feel in it. Like there, lift off, like I feel the rear of the car wanting to come round on us nicely. But I'm amazed at how similar big kick from the force feedback there. But I'm amazed at how similar they actually do feel. And track surface detail, they feel the same, like in a way. MS2's just up to them standards so well now. They feel very similar, very similar. Right, and turn in. Oh, coming on the power though. There's so much more grip at the rear of the car, so much more. Right, lift out of it, lift out of it again. I love that adjustability factor about it. But just like I said, the biggest difference is weight transfer. Now the weight transfer is there. It's just when you're driving them back to back, that's just something I really notice. But I'm way impressed with the EI, like way impressed with them. Like I say, but the thing is though, like it's very track dependent on Automobilista 2. And I do remember this mod, it's one of the better ones. I'll see if I can find it and I'll leave the link for you in the description. But if you want to see more Assetto Corsa videos, let us know and we can do some. Right, into fifth. Right, let's get really late on the brakes. Right, really late. Bit that throttle. But engine sounds, I'm giving that to EMS2. After this lap we'll do a couple of flyers again. But I just want to get amongst it. Right, into third. Right, lift out of it there. Oh, lovely. Quite a bit of understeer coming though. We've got a nice one there though. Right, into fourth. Wow, the wheels kicking about all over in my hands there though. Right, and flat on the power. I mean on the brakes. Right there, you can see that, just that little wiggle, that adjustability I'm getting up from the rear just feels lovely though. It's just a nice thing to come back to. Right, feed the power in. Just so much grip coming from the rear though, so much grip. Right, on the brakes, turning. Oh, look at that though. You can see the rear just pitching in when I'm peeling off the brakes. That adjustability just feels really nice. Right, on the brakes, turning there. You can see the rear of the car just start to pitch in. That felt really nice. We'll have a couple of flyers now. That's the fastest lap we've put in so far. On his gearbox, I don't know who it is because I haven't got the names up though. There's not a mod I don't know if I've got a mod installed for the rest of the drivers or not. But let's have a couple of flyers and give it a listen. Let's give this thing some welly. Back. Right, 2 laps left. I found the right word for what this feels like. It's the yaw of the car, like when I'm pitching the car in. Whoa, hard on the brakes, like there you can. I feel the yaw of the car. Feels like the car's a lot more adjustable. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like when I'm there, lift off, turn in, the rear of the car, I feel the rear of the car stepping out on us. It's all done on the brakes mainly though. And it, whoa, big kick. The 4 sweepbacks and kicking out my hand there though. It's only on 60%. Flip that throttle. There, like see that there, when the car pitches in. That's where I think it's got a better connection than the MS2. But most of the other things that feel very similar. And like I say, it puts its power down way better. But I'm really impressed with this EI. But if you notice though, they're not making moves on us. They're not as racy, you know. Like they just don't feel like the EI feels a lot more human. On the MS2, they make moves that you've got to be aware of, like what's coming behind you. You've really got to check your mirrors. Like where here, I just feel like I'm racing them, but once I get past them, they're not going to come back at us, I don't feel. I can't really check my mirrors, I can't see from the wheel, but that's the biggest difference I'm getting so far. But what sort of lap we're putting in? I'm a lot slower here. I'm about 5 seconds slower on here than I was on the MS2. Right onto the final lap, into 5th, revving it out. but still, this came out in 2013, and it still feels so good to this day. You know, the graphic it's holding up, but you do need, I would recommend Content Manager in the shaders patch. They lift out of it, lovely bit of yaw from the car, but there is quite a bit of understeer on this. But the sim's just holding up so well. I just hope Assetto Corsa 2 is going to be brilliant. I think it is. You know how it's going to be mint when that thing comes out. We'll have to get that straight away. But can we get up the inside? Flip that throttle. Nah. The weight transfer is there, but I feel like I've got better weight transfer of the side to, not the side to side, just more weight. The car feels like it's got more weight in it on the MS2 maybe. Oh, had to tap the brakes there, though, a bit of brake checkers. But I can race pretty close to them, but it's just like they're there for the sake of being there, though. I just don't feel like I'm racing them like I was on the MS2. But yeah, guys, great stuff, eh? Like, if you want to see more Assetto Corsa, let us know, because I enjoyed that a lot more than what I thought I was going to. What a bloody hoot. Right guys, let's have a quick look at the replay then. But yeah, that was very enjoyable to drive, like, but it's hard to pick which one I do like the best, but I'm going to go, and for me, Automobilista 2, it's just got the edge on it from a driving point. Maybe this still feels brilliant, but they're very, very similar. But the main thing is, you can feel more yaw in this, like rotation maybe. And on the MS2, I felt like I had a better sense of the weight transfer. Plus, this seems to put the power down effortlessly with these big tyres. That might be quite car dependent, but I thought I was going to be way looser at the rear. I can be way aggressive coming back on the power in this. Where on the MS2, like, all that snap oversteer's gone from that, but there was still that little wiggle. But in a way, I felt like I had a better connection with the tyres. I could just lean on them a lot. I can't lean on the tyres way more. I can sort of push the car more in the MS2, where on here, when I started to push, I was overheating the tyres way too easy. I did put the soft tyres on, so that can be fixed by putting a hard tyre on. But yeah, guys, that was a comparison back to back. MS2, and sounds, I will say sounds, MS2's got that by a mile. This sounded quite robotic, and normally Assetto Corsa's got some of the best sounds out there, but hopefully you can see when the back to back the engine on the MS2 just had way more character. It had all them pops and cracks on the overrun. Oh, you could see the understeer there, couldn't you? Oh, yeah guys, that was bloody brilliant. I hope you enjoyed it. I think we'll leave it there for today then. Thank you so much for watching. Love yous and leave yous. Peace from the northeast. Toodles.